Say goodbye to the internet as we know it, because next month, the FCC is finally going to murder it. Now, Business Insider is reporting that the head of the FCC is now set to unveil plans next week for a final vote in order to reverse net neutrality rules. Now, they say if this vote has passed, it will reverse a rule barring the blocking or slowing of web content, according to two people briefed on the plans. So, now look, the argument here is in favor is, no, you don't understand. These net neutrality rules, they're actually blocking innovation. They're actually killing jobs. So wait, slowing down the internet, your ability to slow down the internet, that's stopping jobs. Doesn't track with me, right? I don't quite understand that argument. It makes no sense. But that, unfortunately, has been the main concern. These companies, if given the power, they will throttle your website and then charge you to be able to get back to having faster internet. Now, this is what they call a toll road, or at least what I call a toll road, right? So right now, how this works is these net neutrality rules ensure that all this content on the internet is treated equally on the web as it pertains to speed and access. You can still access these web pages at a reasonable speed. Now, if you give the companies the ability to throttle certain websites, again, that cuts down on internet freedom, because you're not going to have a lot of these competitor websites up because they can't pay these tolls. The second thing is that you end up giving these companies the power to be gatekeepers on the internet. For example, if you want your website to get traffic, well, you might have to pay more. Now, your competitor will pay more if it's a big company to be able to get seen, right? If they get throttled, they can just pay the toll and, oh, look at that, we've got faster internet now. If you can't pay the toll, well, then nobody's going to come to your website. You're going to lose out on business. That is a big, big problem. If you can't afford their new rates, then you are screwed. Now, again, that is great for big companies. That's great for industry. Now, here's the thing, right? So our telecommunications companies are also television companies. So you've got this combination of gigantic corporations that do cable TV programming, cable television, right? And they also are internet service providers. Well, they're in direct competition with other companies that are streaming services, for example, Netflix and Hulu. So they're competition. Well, if they can slow down Netflix and Hulu, or Google or Amazon, because they also have a streaming video service, well, that helps TV and hurts these companies, because nobody wants to sit around and wait for their TV to load, okay? So that gives these companies a huge, huge advantage. This would be a gigantic blow to the streaming industry and actually also change the internet. And again, they want to bring people back to television so they can continue to overcharge them for gigantic cable packages in which 90% of the channels nobody watches. Like, I would love to go to an a la carte system, because I'm tired of getting channels that I don't care for, I don't watch, and have to pay for. That's why a lot of people cut the cord, and they end up going to streaming services, which actually allow you to watch what you want on demand. So, anyway, that's the problem here, okay? So now FCC chairman and former lobbyist for Verizon, Ajit Pai, he says he plans to hold a final vote on the proposal at the FCC's December 14th meeting. Now, he also plans to roll out the details of this next week. Pai, back in May, had asked for a public comment on whether the FCC has the authority or should keep any regulations limiting internet providers' ability to block, throttle, or offer fast lanes to some websites, also known as paid prioritization. Now, here was the response on that. Over 22 million people commented. Now, a majority of them obviously were in favor of net neutrality rules, which is not surprising to me at all. There were some, of course, there were some issues, I should say, with the comment period. There was a lot of spam, there were a lot of fake accounts. Now, unsurprisingly, a good majority of these fake accounts were anti-net neutrality, so keep that in mind. Gee, I wonder who came up with those. But look, at the end, again, a majority of people said, hey, we want fair and internet, and we want fair and open internet, right? We want all content treated equally with respect to speed. So that's the majority. Now, you think Ajit Pai cares? No, he doesn't care at all. You know why? It's because these telecom companies are speaking with money. They want more control, and they want the ability to charge people more money, and they have lobbied relentlessly in order to do so. Now, of course, the argument is, no, without the government, we could actually invest more into broadband, actually make internet faster for everybody if you just got rid of these pesky rules that block us from slowing you down. Again, their arguments doesn't make any sense. And what's interesting about that, too, is that they say if we give corporations more power, you know, that would be us, giant media companies, more power, then it's actually going to work out better, where it's going to be faster. But the opposite has been shown. Broadband utilities that are public are actually faster. Now, of course, these companies, they saw that. They're like, ooh, let's not have the word get out that these public municipal internet providers are actually faster, more efficient, and cheaper. Let's kill them. And that's what they did. They actually got together, paid their cronies in Congress to be able to, you know, pass laws to outlaw or to severely limit these public municipal utilities. And so here's the thing, right? These companies could invest. These companies could be faster. It's not the regulations that are stopping them. It's the fact that they are essentially a regional monopoly. These internet companies, they have all the money, but they don't care about making your internet faster because there's no actual competition. There's no reason for them to actually do so. Now, right now, your bill keeps going up. I've noticed my cable bill goes up every couple of months, and, you know, it's frustrating, while the speed essentially stays the same and is actually much, much slower than in places like South Korea. So, and without these net neutrality rules, this is with net neutrality rules. Without net neutrality, they'll actually be able to slow you down more and then actually charge you extra for paid prioritization in order to get some of that speed back. And of course, Ajit Pai, he's fine with that. All because it benefits his friends in the industry. Now look, he used to be a former Verizon lawyer, right? And so it makes sense that he is now pushing an aggressive deregulation agenda that includes allowing more media consolidation. So these big companies that are already gigantic and already hold so much power in the industry can now get so much bigger. They can do mergers. They can, you know, do acquisitions. They can eliminate their competition, and they can really grow. And that is a big problem when it comes to competition. But Ajit Pai, not in favor of competition. He's in favor of consolidation and more deregulation. And that is exactly why he was put there by the Trump administration. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.